Biden has refused to come to the border to see the chaos that he has created by his open border policies. So we're going to take the border to him.
Now this is one of my favorite things. I love it when somebody does something to somebody and kind of get away with it. It's legal, but it's an asshole move. Well, I love it when the person on the other end of that is able to do the exact same thing. It fills me up.
National Guard at the border, to the extent that they're committing suicide. Now announcement of massive buses of migrants that may be coming across, and I think either sending them, I saw the word Washington, I wasn't sure whether they said Washington, D.C. or Washington State. Those are not problem solving. Those are just creating the grand march of hysteria.
Well, that's like the pot calling the kettle black right there.
Tell us more about your plan. And also, I understand that there was a press release that was issued later last night that explained that the migrants would have to volunteer to get on a bus to go to Washington, D.C. Is that right?
Well, let me explain how this whole process works. First, the big goal that we're seeking to achieve, and that is Joe Biden has refused to come to the border to see the chaos that he has created by his open border policies. So we're going to take the border to him by transporting the people that he is dropping off in these local communities in the state of Texas and sending them to Washington by plane or by bus. What's happening is there's an increased number of people coming across the border that the federal government, are processing and then letting loose. And what has been happening so far is those people will be getting on buses and going to San Antonio or Houston or other places like that. And so I think they just need longer bus rides. Overnight, there were multiple communities in the Rio Grande Valley that have been in communication with our office asking us to provide buses for them, maybe even planes to provide for them for the movement of these migrants. Listen, these migrants, once they come across the border, it's not as if they want to stay down there in the Rio Grande Valley. As you have already reported previously, they're moving across the entire country. As they move across the entire country, what better place for them to go to than the steps of the United States Capitol? They get to see the wonderful Capitol. Surprise, motherfucker! But also get closer to the people who are making these policies that are allowing people to come across the border illegally.
You know, I haven't followed politics my entire life up until about 2 years ago, but I have to say, this is one of the most epic things I think a governor has ever done. It's genius, and it's a complete asshole move. Something a politician would do for sure. But I can't help but smile about it. It's just hilarious. All these people coming across the border illegally, they've been trying to stop it for a while because it's bad. Send them to Washington, D.C. Wow, that's kudos to you.
So, Governor, in summary, then, you will make the offer, and it's up to them to say yes or no to get on board that bus.
This is the genius part right here.
And Bill, here's the deal. This has been happening for weeks, if not months now. So we know the process already works. It's just a matter of relocating the drop-off point as opposed to San Antonio or Houston or some other place. As you also know, the Biden administration has been transporting these people across the country. The same principle applies for the Biden administration. They can't be kidnapping people that they've authorized to be in the United States legally. They have to get their permission to move them across the United States also. And so this is something that we know there's high demand for already, and we will be fulfilling that demand by putting these people on buses and planes and taking them to Washington, D.C.
Understood.
Bip, bop, bop.
I don't know what more you could do with security at the border. Perhaps there's a state issue there that you could flesh out there. But with regard to Title 42, about a month and a half away now, it seems like this ball is up in the air. We talked to Tom Cotton 2 hours ago, and Senator Mark Kelly from Arizona, he wants more answers on this. There's a number of Democrats who are on the bubble for being reelected in November. Apparently, there were some concerns with them as well. Joe Manchin is not on board. Now there's Kirsten Sinema from Arizona. It kind of seems like there might be some wiggle room as to whether or not Congress can push back on the idea that Title 42 would be revoked in late May.
Well, you're spot on. Listen, the fact of the matter is this is a bipartisan issue because both Republicans and Democrats realize the chaos the Biden administration has caused, the inhumanity of what the Biden administration has caused. I've heard rumors there may be what's called a discharge petition in the U.S. House of Representatives that would require a vote on this. And you may see the same thing on the Senate side. And listen, everyone realizes, let me give you this astonishing number. According to the Department of Homeland Security, they are expecting, after Title 42 is removed, to have as many as 18,000 people come across the border a day. If you calculate that out on an annual basis, that's going to be more than 5 million people coming across the border illegally every year, and those will be the ones apprehended. And so this clearly is unprecedented. It's a high volume that the United States and states like Texas are ill-equipped to be able to deal with, and the Biden administration has no idea about the chaos that's stoked. You think that Americans are angry about inflation right now? Wait till they see the chaos that's going to occur on the border because of Biden's open border policies.
And it really hurts those who are trying to go through the process legally because everything else gets backed up. Thank you, Governor Abbott. We appreciate you coming on this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I just threw this last bit in there because it's just silly as hell. Watch.
Following up on the smartphones that are being given to border crossers with technology so they can be tracked or so they can check in, is there any plan to give free smartphones to U.S. citizens that want them?
Should we not be tracking migrants who irregularly cross the border?
Straw man.
I'm asking if...
Or do you have an alternative suggestion for how they should be tracked?
I, unfortunately, have not been asked to make U.S. immigration policy. That's not
Today's your moment.
Well, it'd be great if anybody that wanted a free phone and a free monthly plan could get one. So is that going to be an offer for everybody or just people that walk into the country illegally?
Well, Peter, as when we talked about this the other day, what I noted to you is that we have a range of means of tracking individuals who irregularly migrate to the country. So yes, there's telephonic reporting, there is SmartLink, which enables participant monitoring via smartphone, there's the global positioning system. These are the range of means with modern technology that we monitor.
No, this whole illegal immigration thing is odd to me. You would figure that if you go into a country illegally, if you get caught, they're going to throw you out immediately, which I'm not against migration. Have all the people from anywhere and everywhere you want come here. That's fine with me. The politicians make it so much more complicated than what it has to be, and it just doesn't seem to make sense. And from what I understand, that most of the people that cross the border don't. They never have to. They may have a court appearance, but nobody goes to get them. They could live the rest of their lives. Nothing happens. More power to them. And it's funny to watch all the politicians bickering back and forth about this crap. I mean, they both make good points. And honestly, I mean, according to the law, they shouldn't be here. According to the law. But it is weird that I have to partially pay for a payphone. It's weird that I have to partially pay for a cell phone to give to an illegal immigrant to call and check in to get their court date. It's kind of odd. Enough of that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I need more subscribers. Now.